Yo, what is up? So in this tutorial, all we're going to be doing is a little bit of some project cleanup. So we'll go in through our blueprints and organize like our variables, comment some of our code, just make sure everything's clean there. And then at the end, for fun, we're just going to do a little bit of like level building. So we'll add some items and stuff to our test level, and yeah. So we're pretty much doing this one because I'm in the process of setting up the next video, which will be a puzzle video where we you know, align a picture to unlock a door, which this door is going to be a lift door and it'll animate up. So basically you'll just, you know, rotate these guys until it lines up, and then once that is lined up, it'll open a door. And that one's quite a lot of work, so we're going to go ahead and just do this project cleanup video until that's done. So, let's hop into it. Alright, so, first thing we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and organize some of our blueprint stuff first. So, I'm going to go into the first person folder, go into blueprints, and let's open up our first person character first. And it looks like so far we have commented all the stuff that we've made in here. So all I'm going to do in here is I'm just going to organize some of these variables that we have, because we have a lot of variables. So I'm going to click on these variables, and if you look over here, we have this category, and I'm just going to categorize these. So I'm going to find, let's see, HUD ref. I'm going to make this a category of references, like that. And then on current interactable, I'm gonna make a category of items, and I'm gonna throw keys held in items. I'm gonna throw key IDs held in items. For our sprinting, we're gonna make a category called booleans. I'm gonna throw all of these booleans in there. And for the drain stamina timer, I'm going to add a category called timers. And we're going to add these other timers in there that we have. And let's see. Drain stamina amount, footstep. Let's make a category here for the footstep stuff. I'm just going to make a footstep category. Footstep. I'm going to add these other footstep stuff in there. Footstep, and drain stamina and add stamina. Let's just add one for player stats. We'll just make a stats category, then I'll add this in there. And as you can see, what this categorizing does is it puts all of these into a you know, it categorizes them, and you get these little drop downs, and you can clean this up. And yeah, you don't have to just look at a massive list of variables there. You can just look for the ones you're looking for when you need them. And yeah, that's all we're gonna do in this blueprint. So let's go to some of our other ones. Let's see, we have anything in here we need to? No. Well, actually, let's open the player HUD. Don't really have much in here we need to comment. You can comment this if you want to. Let's go into items. Let's go to base item. This cast right here, I'm gonna highlight all this, and I'm gonna collapse the function. Call it initialize, which I spelt wrong. Initialize. And I'm just gonna highlight our interact here, comment it, and call it interact. File, save. Let's go to our light switches here, base light switch, go to the event graph, and looks like I'm just gonna comment the interact here, just call it interact. Compile, save, close that guy. Let's go to lights right here. And it looks like we already have these commented. So, something else I'm going to do to kind of clean this one up, since we have a lot going on here, is I'm going to add some custom events to the front of these. So right here on our flicker, I'm going to add a custom event called flicker. Plug that guy in, and then come to our switch here and look for flicker. And just plug that in right there. And right here is our fade, so I'm going to add a custom event called fade. And plug that guy in right there. And I'm going to come over here and just type in fade. Plug that guy in. And then at the end here is our flicker and fade, so I'm going to get a custom event and name it flicker and fade. Plug this guy in. And then I'm going to go to the switch and find our flicker and fade function here and plug that guy in. And compile, save. And let's see, let's comment this guy right here. Call it light flicker. And I'm just gonna cover our custom events here with the comment. Just kind of try to clean it up. And I'm gonna add a big comment over both of these right here. Call it flicker and fade. Move this guy up here. And then I'm going to move this guy over here. Cool. And then I'm going to cover this with our comment. And that should be good. So compile and save. And let's go to our keys here. Open the key. And we're just going to comment this guy. And call it interact. And I'm just going to move it down a little bit. There we go. File, save, close that one. Keypads, let's open this guy. And let's see. Update keypad, that's our function. And let's comment these right here. Just gonna highlight all of these. Gonna comment it. And I'm gonna name it button click events. Looks like we already commented this guy right here. Called it button animations, but I'm just gonna move it over here. Make sure this guy is in here and cover this guy. And then this is our interact, so I'm just gonna comment this. Call it interact. Compile. Save that guy. And let's see. We got environmental doors, base door. Let's open our base door. Don't really have anything to comment in there. Let's go into lock doors, base lock door. And let's comment this guy. This is going to be our unlock door. And I'm just going to move this guy way out of the way. And try to move this guy up a bit. Try to condense this down. This is a big piece of code here, so we're gonna have a big comment here. And this is just gonna be our just gonna call it interact. You can name it whatever you want. I'm just gonna call that interact though. I'm gonna move this guy up right there. Make sure the ends are covered. Cool. So compile, save, close that one. Let's go to our key door. Oh yeah, we got lock door now. We don't need that folder. Delete that folder. Base hinge door. All we have in here is our interact, so I'm just gonna highlight all of this. Try to highlight all of it. It's a lot. Easy to miss. Alright, move that guy down. Comment it. I'm just going to call this interact. And I'm going to try to move some of this stuff right here up a bit. So we can condense it down a little bit. compile and save. That should be it for our items, but let's go look at our blueprints, widgets, our HUD. Let's look at our HUD graph. Looks like we do have everything commented here. That's fine. Let's look at our keypad. Alright, so right here, we got two different events here. So right here, this is our set current keypad. I'm just going to comment this and sets current keypad. And then over here, this is going to be our update keypad widget. So I'm just going to call this one update keypad widget. And I'll move this guy above here. And cool. Compile and save, and that should be it for the project cleanup. So for the rest of this, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna kind of build out a bit of a level, or just kind of like, you know, add some things into this room, add another room. We're gonna need a pretty big room for our next room, because like I was showing in the beginning of the video, we're gonna have a puzzle that happens in that room that unlocks a lift door that you know, that opens and stuff. We probably won't focus on that room too much, not yet, not until we actually set that up, because I want to go into all of that in one video. But what we could do in this one is go ahead and make some walls and a you know, just kind of make this section of it look a bit nicer. So what I'm gonna do is let's add some walls. So I'm just gonna alt click and drag this guy to duplicate it. I'm gonna rotate this guy 90 degrees, move it against here, go into unlit mode if it gets dark, make it easier to see. Try to align this guy to the other wall here. And I'm going to set the X to 0.3. Well, not the X. Let's set the Y to 0.3. I'm going to set the X to, let's just do 2 for now. I'm also going to bring in a, I have a door frame model that I'm going to bring in. So let me go into my models and make a new folder for door frame. Open this guy, and I'm gonna just bring in a door frame model. If you want this model, I'll leave a link in the description so you can get it. But let's see, go in here, door, basic door frame. Let me look at this one. Let's look at this one. Pretty basic one. I have a new one I actually made. Let me grab that one. Should be in here. Door frame. Yeah, I'll bring this door frame in. This guy. And I'm just gonna set the location. So I'm gonna click on my door and I'm gonna copy the location here. I'm gonna paste this guy, and I'm just gonna rotate it 90 degrees and try to make the door fit. And that should be good for now. We also have a little bit of Z fighting right here, so I'm gonna fix that. I'm gonna make our Y here 11.9. Oh. That went the opposite way. Let me do X 11.9, 11.95, 11.99. Still a little too much. 11.98. Yeah, that looks right. And I'm just gonna try to center this up a bit, like that. Then we're gonna get a material for our door frame. So let's right click, go into fab, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna search for Quicksole Go to creators. Open up the Quicksoil creator. Go to materials. Building and human made. And I'm going to type in, I'm going to search for MDF. So MDF is a common board type for like things that are used in building houses and stuff, like these types of wood that you see in a lot of houses and stuff. Did some research the other day to figure out what it is, and it is MDF. So I'm gonna grab MDF. So I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna add it to project. There's also a few other MDF stuff here. I'm just gonna grab the first one that was there though. Yeah, there's a few of them here. But we got this one, so I'm gonna go to my first person folder, materials, and I'm gonna throw this guy right here in our material instances. I'm gonna right click right here, create material instance, and I'm gonna call this mi_MDF. And I'm just gonna add this to our door frame here. I'll actually open the door frame and throw it in the actual file here. Throw MDF on there. And I'm just gonna open this guy. And we're gonna choose, I'm gonna choose use ARH, and I'm gonna tick our maps here. And I'm gonna go back to our MDF here, our textures, and pull these guys on here. And that should be good, but it doesn't quite look like a door frame color, so I'm gonna open our MDF here. And I'm going to enable world alignment. And I'm just gonna change the color here a bit. I'm gonna make it a bit darker, like a darker brownish, I guess, for this one. Something kind of similar to what our door is. And I'm going to bring the tiling on it up a bit. So I'm going to go down to tiling and make it pretty small. I'm also going to bring the roughness down. So we have a roughness max that's set to 1 right here. I'm gonna bring this guy down just a bit to get a little bit of that shine on there. Looks like our color still isn't quite where I want it either, so I'm gonna bring the saturation down and the value down a bit, maybe. Maybe albedo intensity. Bring that down a bit. And mess around with the roughness till we get something. We can also look at specular. Yeah, we can bring the specular up a little bit to get a little bit more of that shine. The specular min. We'll add a bit of that shine into it. And I'll bring the roughness back up a little bit. To even out some of that shine. Don't want it too shiny, but we want a little bit of shine. And I think that's pretty good. So I'm just gonna save that. And let's line up our wall here. I'm just gonna move this guy about right here for now. I'm gonna move this light back. And I'm going to go ahead and add a light into the other room. And let's set the X to this to 4 for the moment. Also gonna try to make sure our door is pretty centered. I think that's pretty centered to the room. Alright, so let's set our X to 4.5. Might be too much. 4.4. Let's try to line up these edges. Go into unlit mode, make it a bit easier to see. 4.45. Let's try 4.42. 4.41. Yeah, let's do 4.42 right here. And I'm gonna pull this wall back a little bit because if you look, our door frame is inside the wall, so we don't really want that. Let's pull this guy back till it seems a bit centered. A bit more centered at least. Looks good to me. So I'm just gonna duplicate this guy, move it over, finish off this other wall here. Try to get the edge lined up. Make sure this edge is lined up. Let's try 4.6, 4.8. Let's just try 5. 5.1. Yeah, 5.1 should be fine. And I'm just gonna duplicate this guy and fill in the hole up here. Try an X of 1, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5. Should be good. The Z is way too high though, so let's try 1. Try 1.5, 1.6. Try 1.55. Should be fine for now. So there we go. We have this room, which is the main thing we're going to focus on right now. This guy, I'm going to move into the other room. For now. We don't really need it. Because our next door will be that puzzle we're going to set up. Alright, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change these wall materials. I'm just going to go grab a wallpaper material from here. So I'm just going to search for wallpaper. Let me just search wall. And there was a wallpaper material I was using in my test project. Let's reset filters because I don't know if I have a filter on. And now let's search for a wallpaper. Nope, I don't know where that wallpaper is. It's somewhere in here though. Gotta find it. Blasted wall. Let me reset this here. I'm gonna search Quixel again because I feel like some filter was applied there because it should have come up. Quixel creators, search Quixel, and I'm just gonna search wall paper. Old wallpaper, and what do you know? There it is. Do I want this one? Or do I want... What is decorative wall paint? No. Old decorative wallpaper. Could grab this one and just change the color of it. This might be the one I was using in my other project. I think it is. Yeah, let's add this one to the project. And... yeah. So let's go to our first person materials here. I'm going to create a material instance. mi_old wallpaper. And I'm just going to throw this guy up here for now. Open it up. I'm going to enable world alignment. We're going to use ARH. And I'm just going to highlight these right here. And I'm going to go back to the wallpaper we just brought in. Throw this guy on here. On all our maps here. And I'm just going to change the color. I think that green look pretty good for a kind of like a horror wallpaper. Bring the value down a bit. Bring the saturation down a little bit. We also have a desaturation scaler here that you can use, which is pretty nice. It gives it a little bit more of that not super vibrant kind of look. That desaturated look that a lot of horror games have. I'm just gonna add this material to all our walls in here. Cool. Also gonna go into our wood material here and make it maybe desaturate this a bit as well. Desaturate, go in the albedo tint, bring the value down a bit. I think that looks pretty good. Let's also look at our ceiling material. And bring the saturation down a little bit. We'll just test how it does. It's already pretty not colorful, so just bring down that value just a little bit. And that's pretty good. I'm going to move this light back a little bit. We can get rid of that light right there. We have two lights in here, so I'm just going to kind of center them in the room a bit. A little further away from the wall. These lights are point lights. I'm going to change them to rect lights. Which that didn't seem to update, so let's see why. Construction, what the hell? Oh god, I broke it. Hold on. What the hell is going on? Our construction script got moved off of there. Let me go back to window and get my components back. Move this guy back in the corner over here if I can get it. No. Let me look for this. Yeah, this needs to go above here. I can get it back. There we go. Good God. Just one tiny mistake will just break your whole world, man. Alright, so let's see what was going on here. Why is our light not updating? We go to base light and just drag in a new one. Maybe it just needs to be refreshed. Where's our light switch? Let me unreference this here. Delete. And light on. Spotlight. Rect light. There we go. Okay. That helped. Alright, so yeah. Just gonna make these rect lights. Light on. Rect light. Off on. I think the point light's still on. Let me just turn that off. Rect light on. There we go. Alright. We got that. Really like the rect lights for the horror kind of lighting. I'm gonna make these. I'm gonna go into the rect light. I'm gonna set the color to be a little bit. Have a little bit more of that orangish tint to it. Maybe a little less saturation. It's a little bit of that warmness. I'll just delete this one and duplicate this guy over here. Or maybe we just want one light in the center and then go into our rect light here. And I'm going to go into indirect lighting here. Let's try something like 8-ish. Let's try 6. Something like that. I'm going to move the player start to be a little bit more centered. And to the back. Right here. Play. Center it up a little bit more. It's pretty good. And let's see. Our door is ID required. Might need to refresh our door. Maybe just bring this guy in. Base keypad. This is reference to a keypad, so this door is locked. Let me find our keypad. And I'm just gonna unreference this guy. And that should... Is ID required? No. Let's see. Base lock door. Door unlocked. Let's make this instance editable. I don't know why it's not. Door unlocked to true. For some reason it's not even event interact. Let's see. Class settings. Implemented interfaces. Items. You go into environmental doors. Base door is our BPI interact. That is still there. Base locked door. It doesn't say we have that. Delete this guy real quick. We don't have an interact thing here. I don't know why. So I'm just gonna implement it. Interact. Inherited interfaces. BPI interact. Okay, it is there. Interact. Oh, here we go. Interfaces, interact. There we go. Just reset that. Unreal Engine could be real wonky sometimes. Just plug this guy in. And let's see. Because it's not highlighting our crosshair either, and I'm trying to figure out why. Because it does implement the interface. Let's go into first person, blueprint, first person character. Interaction check. It does call crosshair interact. Do a print string here real quick. Print string. Sure, hello. That works. Something. Let me browse the asset. Let me pull in a base locked door. Okay, yeah. This door just needs to be refreshed. It's acting wonky. Sometimes when stuff breaks like that, it's usually because you changed something inside of the blueprint. And normally what you have to do is you just have to replace it in the world, which is exactly what happened there. So, for future cases, just keep that kind of thing in mind. Cool. So, and actually, no. Now that it is over here, oh, you know what it is? It's because our door frame here. Our door frame here is, if you go into collision, or actually, let's go into show simple collision. The collision is covering the door completely, so we're going to remove collision. We don't need collision on the door frame. So that's what that was. The collision was blocking our ability to hit the door. So if we go to our door here, door unlocked. Make sure this guy's still working. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so that's what that was. The collision of the door frame, so just be aware with this door frame, just remove the collision from it. We don't need it. Alright, and the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna add some packs that I have to fill in some stuff in this room. And then in the next episode, we will, you know, set up our puzzle thing that I was talking about. So, you can add whatever packs you want, but, I think the packs that I'm going to be adding, they were free, but I don't know if they're free anymore. I'm pretty sure they were the, you know, they were free for the month. So the first one I'm going to add is facility, 4-in-1 modular research facility. I'm just going to add this to the project. And of course it's just not going to add from Fab because Fab is fabulous. I'm just going to add it from Epic here. There we go. That'll take a minute to add. Maybe Fab will let me add something. I think I have a mansion. I don't know if I have to create project for this or not. View and vault, yeah, that means I have to create a project for it, so I'm not even going to add that. This guy... Wait, is this creating project? But I added a project. Verifying, okay, that should be good. Let's check and make sure that added. Research Mega Pack, yeah, there we go. Alright, so let me just look through my library here. And see if there's anything else I want to add in here. I'll search that mansion thing here and just see. Mansion, Sicko Mansion. There are some good things in here that would be useful. Fine. I'll create a project for it and we'll migrate some of this stuff. I don't know if this one is free. It was probably a free for the month one. But I'm just going to create this project and we'll grab some stuff from this. But for now, we'll just do a save all. Close this guy down. And wait on this guy and we'll migrate. Alright, so now that I got this, this is definitely a good pack for a solid little horror mansion environment. But I mostly just want to grab some props from this pack. So let's do that. So I'm just going to go here to Sicko Mansion and I'm going to right click and I'm going to migrate this guy. Let's press OK. I'm going to go to my D folder, go to Horror game tutorial, go to content, select folder. And we'll wait on this guy to migrate. We'll just throw some stuff from here into our test level. Alright, so we got that migrated. I'm just gonna go through here and I'm gonna look for, let's see, static meshes. And I'm just gonna throw some props in here. Well, let's see. Let's find a bookshelf. Sure. Throw a bookshelf over here. And let's see. I'm not going to fill it with books because that's going to be super time consuming, but I just kind of want to fill in the area. Let's grab this chair. I think it looks pretty good. We'll put it over here. I think I am going to double up this light. So let me move this guy over. And I'm just going to duplicate this guy over. And I'm going to set the... let me delete that one. I'm going to go into this one. I'm going to the rec light. Set the intensity to 2000. Try 3000. And then I'm just going to duplicate... Actually, let's go indirect lighting. Bring this guy down to 4. Then I'll duplicate this guy over. Oops. Oh, whoops. Let's, don't duplicate your rect light. Make sure you have your actual route selected before you duplicate. And yeah, that should be good. I just move this guy over. And let's see, what else we want to throw in here? We could throw in the carpet, maybe? So let's throw in this long carpet. Maybe. We'll do the square one. Throw this guy over here. It'd be cool if there was a... I'm gonna search for a table. Yeah, we got a little table here. I'll throw in. It's a little tall. How tall is this table? That is a massive table. Yeah, people scaling. Let's bring this guy down to 0.7. Something like that. Also, I feel like the color, the value on this carpet here is way too bright. I'm gonna open this guy. And they don't give me the option to change that, so I'm gonna add that myself. So we're gonna go in here to base color, and we are going to right click, multiply. I'm gonna plug this RGB in here, right here, and I'm gonna click V on my keyboard and click, and I'm just gonna call this color, and I'm gonna make this value white. Plug this guy into the A right here, and then plug this multiply into the base color. And apply. Save that guy. Close it. And we're going to look for our... right here, color. And I'm going to bring the value of this guy down, because that is just way too bright. That matches a little bit better, in my opinion. And let's just add a chair on the other side. So I'm going to transform mirror Y. Have a little table over here. And let's see what else we got. Food stand. Some sacks? Sure. We'll add some sacks over here. Just kind of fill in the area. Not gonna make much sense. It's kind of like... just kind of fill in the area. Make it feel a little less empty. bring in one of these guys? Sure. Put this against the wall a bit. And I'll duplicate and add another one. And, I'm feeling like the table stands out a little too much, so maybe just put this guy in here instead. Get rid of the table and we'll just have... let's just put a rug in the center of the room. Then I'll throw this guy... like right here. We need to move this light switch though. Let's move this light switch by the door. So that makes a little bit more sense. I'm gonna rotate it. There you go. It should be good. Now let me just... I feel like that's really tall as well. Yeah, whoever made this pack, the scaling they did is... all sorts of wonky. I'm gonna set that to 0.8. Yeah, that feels better. Cool. Guess that guy feels kind of big as well. Yeah, it's clipping into our ceiling, I think. I'm gonna set this guy down to 0.8 as well. And the chair, maybe down to 0.8 as well. Seems like everything they made in this pack is scaled pretty big, so... probably not a bad idea to scale everything from that pack down. Set all of this stuff down to like 0.8-ish. Let's see if they have any lights. Yeah, I'll throw one of these guys in the center as well. Just up here. Then we can have our, this guy actually coming from this area. I'll just pull it from down here. Maybe from up here. So is this casting shadows? Cast shadow. It is casting shadows, but I don't... it's casting that way, I guess. That's fine. It's also got something here blocking the light, so... I'm gonna hide these two outside ones. Okay. So this is mostly blocked, so I'm gonna move this down. And then I'm gonna Control H to unhide the other two lights that we had. And... I'm gonna set the rect lights of our outside lights to... I'm gonna search for a cast. We're gonna turn cast shadows off for these. So we mostly want the shadows from our center one. And really these outside ones we're mostly just using to fill in some area. So let's go down to our rect light. I'm gonna set the intensity of these down by quite a bit. To like 500. 500. And then our indirect lighting. Let's see. We'll just play around with the values here. Put 10 on that one. Let's try 10 on this one as well. Let's see what 10 does on the center one. Might be a little too much for that one. Let's try 6. Might just keep that one at 4. Maybe even 2, 3-ish. Alright, so I think that's pretty good for a start, just for kind of filling in the area, getting, making it feel a little less empty, more like an actual level. And obviously this room, we're gonna change a lot with this room once we actually set up our next part, which is gonna be our puzzle, setup that we're gonna be doing. But, yeah, I don't want to do that now because I'm going to set it up to be pretty big, so I want the room to be pretty big, and the lift door that we're going to be using is also going to be pretty big, so we'll do this room because I need those models to kind of scale the room too. But for now, we're going to call it here for this one. This one was just kind of a chill one, you know, just work on some things, fill in some level, clean up our blueprints, that kind of thing. But, yeah, we'll call it here for this one. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you're new around here, definitely subscribe. If you have any questions, let me know those down in the comments. If you have any suggestions for tutorials you would like to see, also let me know those down in the comments. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.